cute. Sending data. Sending data. Is it still listing me as session 5? Hold on, let me take a look at something. You see how we look on the Facebooks. Facebook. Session 5. Okay, cool. It's listing session 5 now. Alright, sweet. Well, that's good to know. Alright. It is what it is. Alright, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, when you're back, I'll maybe welcome back. When you watch this in the future, you'll be like, hey, I was welcomed. No, fuck yeah. Yeah, you are. You're always welcome. Speaking of being welcome, I have also been sort of prepping for guests over the next few days. Not terribly related to Christmas, as I don't really celebrate Christmas that much. I'm not Christian, so it's kind of a Christian holiday, like that. I'm also not Celtic, so I don't really celebrate the original stuff either, or Irish, or or Welsh, or anything. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think I'm Welsh. I don't know. My grandfather, great-grandfather. So no, my great grandfather. No, great-grandfather. Came over on the Mayflower, so it's possible. Who knows where the hell they're from? All I know is they were terrible people. So eventually they became good people. My grandfather was amazing. He was absolutely adorable. He was an electrician for Ohio Edison or something like that. And just a gigantic mass of a man. Just all of my family on my mom's side is like that. They're just like I'm compared to my uncles, I'm tiny. It's the thing. Compared to most of my cousins, I'm tiny. So there's that. There are a couple of my cousins that are smaller than me, but not a lot of them. If you get what I'm saying. So, and not like heavy either. It's just kind of they're just giant masses of human. Like literally big boned. Not like the euphemism, but yeah, very durable. All right. So at any rate, there's that. Okay. Well, what am I doing? What was I? Where was I at? What? I don't know. What did you do? See, I like this kind of thing too because there's this. There's this thing so I keep on going back to and looking at the way that this comes together. Like I feel like there's a very cool Tuscan card that I could do because this bit up here at the top corner kind of looks like a gaffy stick, and so as a result I'm like, ooh, could I? Should I? Let's see here. Would it work out? Not positive. We'll see what we can do. Smile and nod, as it were. Double check some things up here, make sure that we're all going. Looks like I'm doing to 6 people. Yeah, let me send the word out that I'm on. 1, 2. Copy. Alright, let's do a thing where and then go to Discord. Oh my god. Not sure how this keeps on happening. I think that Discord is faulty on certain things. So on the upside, guys, so one of the things I am planning on doing after a fashion is I'm going to be starting the paintings. I'm going to finish the cycle. I've got more than this is going to be started. I'm actually kind of trying to do a painting much quicker than I normally do. I feel like more than this is a possible, like, you know, good painting to do that sort of thing with. Alright, let's see. All hands. Alright. Okay. Literally have no idea what I'm gonna have to uninstall Twitch on my phone, or not Twitch, but Discord on my phone. I think it is a thing. Let's see what I have on here. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, okay, so here we are. I am gonna do a thing now. So let's start getting this going. So this is like day 5 of a fast. So if I seem a little, probably am. So bear with me. I'm here to help. It's a thing. Alright. What we doing? Let's do this thing. Alright, we're gonna select this piece here in the background. Right. We're gonna do this, do that. Now, the purpose of this is, of course, to, like, you know, minus out. That. Alright. That should do. Select now. At least gets it a little bit truncated and kind of pared down. Again, a lot of this is gonna get like cleaned up before we start doing that. And then a thing that I'm gonna do that I'm not gonna actually, excuse me, I'm not gonna actually stream is I'm gonna do a whole thing where I'm gonna port it into Illustrator. I'm gonna vector out each of these black works so that there is a working file of the black work that is 100% scalable. You know, so like I can make this card the size of the side of a building if I wanted to. I'm not gonna want to do that, but if I wanted to, I could. So, but it just is applying these vectors essentially. So now I'm going to, because I've got the 6. The 6 I think is done here. You know, not a problem at all. Gonna do this, and I'm gonna grab this group here. I'm gonna pull it over. What the hell? What the hell, man? There it is. All right. Now, the biggest...
DMM. Am I really slow to notice you're designing your own Sabaac from Star Wars deck? And I can't get these on bandanas to wear?
No, probably not. Like, I mean, like, I am not sure. Probably not. So here's the thing. Like, if there's enough interest in it, then maybe we'll have the screens made for it and stuff like that. But like, it would be kind of weird. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, you'd almost want to do something like, you know, put an array of them across the top or something along those lines in order to do like a, like, you know, full Sabaac or something as a concept. But, you know, also how do you do that without with black and white, you know what I mean? It's because you have to do positives and negatives. I mean, I guess I could do a negative space and the positive space of each of them in order to show the positives and negatives. But I mean, it would
DMM. Print the whole deck.
For the on bandanas? No, that's not going to happen. You couldn't pay me to do that. That would be 60 screens. No, 62 screens. And so 31 screens at about $75 a pop. And then, so I mean, like, yeah, I could do it, but it would be so much work for so little return. Nobody's. I mean, you're gonna want them, and I appreciate that. I think that's very cool. So I mean, if you want to get these done on a bandana, you send me a message, and I can send you over, you know, the files maybe, and you know, you just pay me a royalty or something, and then you could pay to have it done, but I'm not gonna have it done. So.
DMM.
Yeah, right.
Understandable.
It is the crazy. Yeah, they're just so expensive to make. Trust me when I say I understand. Okay, so now we're doing a 5. 5 is going to be
DMM. Hobo Phantasm.
Hobo Phantasm. I don't know what that means. All right. So let's do a thing where I am here. Go to layer again. Then I need to go to this. 5 of triangles. So I'm gonna take the one off the bottom. That kind of makes it okay. Deselect.
DMM. There are band I book for oddball events that have an economic screen print.
Oh, very cool. Sweet. Is this Andy? Well, let's see here. There'd be a cut. And then go back here. Also, there'll be a cut. Move this guy out of the way. So we're not going to need him. Alright, so huh. Oh, it's too big. Gonna need to reduce that in size quite a bit, actually. Alright, there you go. Well, we'll do it.
DMM. No. I work for Ronald and Andy. I book the music and run sound these days. Sorry to bother you. The way the AI mispronounced my last name is hilarious.
No, you're not bothering me at all. Are you kidding? Welcome. Glad to have you. No, I was just, I was reaching out to Andy the other day, and I think I don't have his email right, so. So yeah, we keep on meaning to bring Studio Side back to oddballs and stuff like that, so who knows? We'll see how it works. It's that, so that's gonna be 10. Now what if we just do this? Let me see how that works. What the hell? Oh. What? No, it does not work. Alright, so, but, let's take a look here. Let's see. If we do it like this. Oh, so incidentally, guys, if anybody here is on the stream and wants to get anything from Studio Decide, I recommend going right now. We are having a holiday sale going on, and because, well, it's for the new year, but it's a New Year sale started now. The big sale is going to be 24% off of any order, which is, you know, because for reasons that you may be able to deduce. So there's that. But yeah, no, go there. The webpage is cool because it does have a bunch of stuff that is no longer available, you know, and we love it because, you know, we get to hang on. All right, so if we do that, yeah, all right, so that's that, and then we just need to bring one of these guys over. I think I may need to make it smaller. I'm not sure, but all right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make it smaller. But yes. Now, if you go, so yeah, one of the cool things about the webpage, as I was saying, is that it is all.
DMM. Andy Hop. Andy at andyhop.com might be easiest. Hells, I will sit your booth if you or Sin can't get there. So long as it's a show I don't have bands. How often are you going to get back to Akron anyway?
I don't get back there very often. I need to get back there because I need to visit my dad. He lives up in that area. I haven't seen him in a minute, ever since, you know, the debacle occurred. So the yeah, but if I can, it would almost certainly not be me. It will be Sin, probably coming up to do it, and I think that like we'll like sort of make some determinations. Like we'll bring all of our regular stuff, and we're gonna bring a bunch of our all discontinued stuff and kind of sell it at a discount, so that like, you know, we can start moving some of that inventory that we have from the past. But we feel like, you know, that would be a cool place to do it, since like Oddmall is, you know, pretty much a you know, it's smallish one day kind of dealio. But I kind of also want to do kind of on the cob again, I think. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, if you're talking to Andy, just have him send me a message too. I'll send a message over to Andy as well. But like, you know, we're both ADHD, and I'm not going to do it right now. So if I forget, please let Andy know that we are looking to kind of come back. So if he wants to talk to us, work something out, you know, maybe we can even agree to do like the entire run, and be guaranteed that we'll be there and put on a big show and stuff like that. So, yeah, no, it'd be cool. And like if I'm in town, I can come up, and it'd be great to see Andy again. I haven't seen him in, well, years, which is unacceptable. So there's that. All right, back to this. All right, there you go. That looks good, right? I think maybe, I don't know. Let's see if we can't make this a little bit more. There we go. Let's see. And does that line up with the other ones? Let's take a look, shall we? bring some guidelines down. That's pretty good. And how about this one? Oh, that can come way down. It can come down to here. Okay. Alright, so that is where we're at. Okay. Let me see something. Try something. Again, this one tends to be the more difficult, you know? Uh-uh. 120 degrees, I'm assuming. Yeah, let's take 120 degrees. Oh, math. How you help in art so much. So, if I do this. Let me try a different mode here. Let's see. All right, back to square one. Let's give this a go. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see if we can't make this. So, go back up to here. Make this like this. Okay. Alright, so just take that section out. And then we're going to duplicate this guy. And free transform. No, not free transform, but rotate 180 degrees. Okay, now we have that in place. That does not work. So 60 degrees, so free transform. Let's check. Let's get back. Let's do free transform, and we'll do this one, yeah, this one, 120 degrees. Yeah, right, so 120 degrees. And then the one below, we're going to do 60 degrees. Where the hell is my cursor? Yeah. Edit. Free transform.
DMM. Smallish. Our last event was 200 plus vendors. It was insane.
Yeah.
I am certain we'd love to have you back for Con on the Cob. There is probably already vendor registration up for it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, again, we'll have to have. See, Becca is my the lady that deals with all of that nowadays. So I'm going to put her on it and have her reach out and see what we can get going on. That is not what I wanted. Alright, edit. Free transform. Flip horizontal. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. So, if we line these guys up. Let's do a thing, shall we? Because that and then goes like that. Alright. So if I take this section here and I cut out that much and continue down, and do the same thing to this guy. Let's see. Oops. Alright, we haven't gotten there yet. Let's see what we get going on here. Let's see, we have that, and select. So, if I do this, passing, this could be very cool, possible. Wow. Yeah, my brain is not doing well. Alright, let's play along here and see how this goes. Alright, now let's see how this plays. Again, it's all about trying to create kind of like that. telemarketer. Hello, telemarketer. No, but you can remove me from your call list. It's upsetting because, like, I'm in Italy right now, and these people should be being blocked, but I have no idea why they're not. Not making any sense.
DM him. Ah.
Alright. Maybe I have to just do it in this sort of a fashion. Yeah. Or I've got different kind of things. They're just the worst, those damn telemarketers. It's just, you know, like you feel like maybe, just maybe, they shouldn't be able to, like, do that. But, you know, America. End of the fuck you, 'cause fuck you. $60. That's what we need. Okay, so now that is what we need. Okay. I think that's where we're gonna lie. That looks like a 5. Why not? It looks just like a 5. Alright. And it's made of triangular things, which is the entire goal here. That was way more complicated than I wanted it to be. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of some stuff. And one pixel. Oh, I know what's happening. I'm not selecting this fucker right here, and that needs to go down in here. And I need to merge these. Now I can do this thing. There, there, there. Okay, good. Now, there we go. All right. Once voila. There's the 5. I'm going to try to crank through these guys, even though they are being a remarkable pain in my ass. Okay, so we're going to be dropping down to 3. Well, I'm going to do 4. So that means we do a copy of the 6 in order to duplicate this. Go.
147 Planchadito. Huh?
Hey! is this? Do I know you? Um,
147 Planchadito. How are you?
I am not bad. How are you?
147 Planchadito. We are from Argentina.
Oh, hi. From Argentina?
147 Planchadito. I'm with my girlfriend.
Oh, sweet. Well, welcome to both of you. Have we met before? I've met a few people from Argentina.
147 Planchadito. She likes drawing.
Very cool.
147 Planchadito. No, I've never been here.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Actually, right now, I'm streaming from Italy.
147 Planchadito.
So I am...
What are you doing?
So I'm making a Sabaac deck. If you've ever watched Star Wars, it's the game that Han Solo plays to win the Millennium Falcon. So if you let me just go back and we'll show you the other things. You know, like these guys here. So yeah, so like these are the other cards that I've been working on. See? So as you can see, it's the, you know, we go through like the kings and queens for the decks. There's 3 suits, circles, squares, and triangles, and then there's like, well, as you can see, 4 face cards for each of the suits, and then 6 number cards. This one here at the very end is the back of the card, and then these ones down here are going to be what are called Psylops, and Psylops are they're a 0 value. Basically, these each have a value of 1 to 10, and the Psylops are 0. And there's 2 sets of each of the 1 to 10s. There's a positive set and a negative set. Generally speaking, depending on what the game is, you're trying to get to a specific number, which is usually 0. So there's that. But yeah, so so the game is
147 Planchadito. They are really cool. Looks like Inca art.
Oh, very cool. You know, I've had that said about my my work before. I am pretty heavily influenced by all forms of like tribal artwork. You know, Polynesian, Incan. And then like the tribal stylization of tattoos that came out in like the 90s and whatnot. It's kind of where it started, and I just started drawing like that when I was young. Actually, it probably was the 80s when it came out. But and then I would start drawing things, and people wanted artwork that was my version of that. Now, to be fair, like I said, if you haven't gone, let me go ahead and type it in the chat. But I do have a webpage, and you can go see the rest of my work. There you go. That is yeah. So that is my that's my webpage. You can actually get to there, and and you can see all the things that I have done. I've done a bunch of like property work for like various fandoms and so on and so forth, and then I also have a whole series of like fine art that I work on. So I would recommend it. And if you if you are interested in anything right now, we have a discount going on for the new year, which is like 24% off. So please feel free and browse about and stick around. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. And if you have any questions at all about what I'm doing or anything like that, just like yell at me. Okay, I got your back. Turn these guys off again to save on processing power. But let's get back to the crux of it, as it were. Alright, let's do a group selection again. Alright, let's span out a little bit. Okay, now fours. Fours are going to be interesting as we're going to just take out. Oh, that's right. I'm still selecting the group. I need to select layer again. It's just the juggling act. Back and forth. If anybody here hasn't seen or used Photoshop, it is an absolutely powerful thing. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. And also a remarkable pain in the ass at times. So there's that. Now, I think that I need to do a thing with this. I think this is the one I want. So I'm going to copy this guy. Layer here, copy. And pull it out. There we go. Going to select a bunch of this stuff and I'm going to get rid of it because select the right layers. It's all about like keeping things. Let's cut this. Right, and then go back down to this. Do this. And just want to get rid of that. Alright. Now, let's get in here. Let's take a look at what we got going on.
147 Planchadito. We love everything. Everything looks so original and beautiful.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys. You make my day.
147 Planchadito. How many hours per day do you spend drawing?
Well, when I'm able to, somewhere upwards of like, I don't know, at least like 6 hours, upwards of like 12 sometimes. Really just depends on the day. You know, running a business of art is the unfortunate section of it is that, you know, there's a lot of running a business. Like the other day, just doing these, I think I spent like 8 hours working on this during the day. Yeah, it's hard to put a number on things because when you're doing this professionally, it just sort of turns into your life. And then you start to do your traveling and whatnot and showing the artwork, and it all gets very weird. It's really great, you know. You get to see the world. If you like traveling with people, then you get to show people the world. And I don't think there's anything more amazing than being able to show people things that are beautiful. Which is the reason why I do art in the first place. So, a lot of artists do it for themselves and whatnot, and I think that's a valid reason. I think that I've always done it for others, though. Which again, I guess in a weird way is also for myself, you know, because to be helpful always makes me feel good. So I don't know. There's a lot of psychology to unpack there, I'm sure. I've never been to Argentina. I should go. Try to. By the time that I pop off, you know, to be elsewhere, you know, like. Let's go down here.
147 Planchadito. Yeah. You should come. People would love your art in our little town.
Yeah? Well, cool. Well, send me, do you guys have any shows or anything like that show up? Sort of like Comic-Cons that we have here in the States, or not here in the States, here in Europe, and then also in the States. Sorry, I'm originally from the States, but I live in Italy now, so. Huh. Alright, free transform. Mm-hmm. Uh, 90 degrees, huh? Okay. Okay. Well, not minus, man. I just want one minus. There we go.
$147 Planchadito. Yes, we have events, but where we live is quite small. It's a touristic town with like 40,000 people. I've never been to a big event. I would love to.
Okay. Yeah, no, where I live in Italy, it's also
147 Planchadito. What part of Italy?
I live in Lucca.
My uncle is from Trento.
I live in Lucca, which is in Tuscany, so it's quite astoundingly beautiful, actually. I recommend it highly. There we go.
DMM. What happened to the space in Columbus?
Oh, it's still there. It's still there. We just the studio runs out of there. I don't really. I try to spend this. Again, since the debacle, I try to spend as little time there as humanly possible. I don't really. It's not really my home anymore, so which sucks. But you know what are you gonna do? Okay, let's do this. We go here. We transform. Clockwise 90 degrees. Alright. Let's do this thing where this overlaps that. And just kind of put it in place. That works, right? I think that works. Yeah. Okay, so that's 4. Hmm.
DM. Pretty sure the goal of every thinking Ohioan is to get as far away from Ohio as possible. Why we have so many astronauts.
I know. We also invented flight there, but we tested it out in North Carolina because at least if it failed, we're in North Carolina and not Ohio. Which incidentally became the only thing that North Carolina is known for. They're like super into, their whole thing is first in flight, which, is like kind of like taking credit for somebody else's artwork, in a lot of ways. It's just sort of sad.
$147 Planchadito. Okay, we have to go. Love being here. We would love to buy you some stuff, but the economy in Argentina is completely shit. Hope everything goes well for you.
Well, thank you very much, man. And keep in touch, and like I said, if you, yeah, we're there whenever you guys are ready, okay? And thanks a lot. Good to see you guys. Okay, so that's going to be what 4 looks like. Theory involved with all of this. All right. Interesting. You know what? We can better not do it that way. You can select. What was that? Alright, I got that. There's these layers. And there's these layers. Alright, now let's go ahead and do. These guys gonna go up here. 4 of triangles. 6 triangles. And just copy 2 shit. Duplicate this one. Duplicate group. Okay. 5 triangles. Let's move some shit around. Okay, so now we go here. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, man. No. I think I'm gonna need to get a new chair. I like this chair. I think it looks cool, but it's not very comfortable. Causing this problem that I have with my tailbone if my spine gets misaligned. Which I don't like. I don't recommend it. So if you're ever in the mood for that kind of thing, I would just say don't, you know? Just don't do it. It's just not worth it. Alright. Boom. Boom. Transform. Let's go to flip horizontal. Oh hey. I didn't delete that part of it. Layer via copy instead of layer via. There you go. Just select.
Christopher Allen Patreon. Happy holidays, buddy. Hope you're well.
Hey, man. Long time no talk. How are things with you? Well, with both of you.
Christopher Allen Patreon. Me and Kayla finally got married a few months back. Loving Colorado and looking to buy a house.
No shit. Well, congratulations, guys. I don't make it onto Facebook very often, so I must have missed all of that. Okay.
Christopher Allen Patreon. Probably better for your sanity.
You know. What I did was I just got out of the United States, so that was the first step.
Christopher Allen Patreon. And thanks.
Hey, no worries, man. I'm just excited for you two. It's very, very cool and awesome. Oh, man, oh man. Yep. So, you ever played Sabaac before?
Christopher Allen Patreon. Not since my Weston Star Wars days, but once upon a time.
Yeah, well, that's all very different now. There's now an official rules to it. They made it less complicated than the original game was. And again, it was all very steeped in like Jedi lore, and they kind of got rid of all that too, because really, you know, why would the smugglers be steeped in Jedi lore? Or rather, just, you know, the average person. You know, not everything is a religious thing in Star Wars.
Christopher Allen Patreon.
Yeah. Alright. Edit. Transform 180 degrees. Now just take that, pop this fucker down here, and Bob's your uncle. 3, that's 3s.
DMM. I do enjoy how you've gone from Jack Sparrow to archaeology professor. Christopher Allen Patreon. You know me, I'm an EU guy for life. But I'm glad there's so much new content for new fans to like me Star Wars.
Yeah. Sorry, when I first read EU, I read European Union. That's where I'm at right now in my brain. The extended universe stuff was great, but there was a lot of crap too. And so I think that what they've ended up doing is sort of a good version of, like, you know, melding the extended universe into new content and so on and so forth. So I think it's pretty solid where they've been going. So so the Jack Sparrow, the archaeology professor, really? Wow, that's new. I haven't gotten the archaeology professor one yet. You know, now I'm yeah. What's hilarious is that I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but like back in the day, before all of the pirate shit that everybody started associating with me, I was, everybody hated me for being a hippie. That's what I was. I was a hippie. And, and then Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and everybody loved me for looking like a pirate. And I did nothing. I just dressed like me still. And then when it was all said and done, actually, you know what? And this is a fun, like, coming back to Andy thing. So Andy, I was doing work with Andy and Wanderers Guild, the role playing supplement that he was making with Goodman Games, and so I was tasked with doing a bunch of symbols for a bunch of the things that were in the guilds that were within the actual Wanderers Guild sort of thing. And one of them was like a piratey guild, and originally the design, so like this here, that's my logo, you know, and whatnot, the skull and crossbones that was there. I drew that originally for Andy for the game, and I liked it so much that I was like, nope, and I drew a different one and gave Andy that one instead. But my mom's last name's Roger, so like we've always liked pirates, you know. I always thought they were cool, but like it was never really something that I leaned heavily into. Although you would be surprised at the number of times, even in the hippie days, when things would come about where they would utilize it, like the idiots that I went to school with would utilize it as a way to be try to be funny or make fun of me or something like that, which, you know, I found adorable. So, but I absolutely just went from one thing to another thing, and like, but Andy, so Andy, so I was, I wore bandanas all the time because actually, like now, I'm in between medications for eczema, but I had real bad eczema, and so the bandanas that I wore all the time were specifically in place so that I covered up sort of the redness that would come from time to time from the eczema, because I was kind of ashamed of it, and so as a result, I did this. I wore these bandanas, and Andy one day was like, you wear bandanas all the time. You should probably put your logo on the bandanas. And I could have kissed that man on the lips, like probably should have actually, because it's Andy. But no, the thing is that like I put them on the logos, and like the first show that I went to was Origins. I was actually set up right next to Andy, and Andy and I actually, it was my first bout of wild insecurity.
Christopher Allen Patreon. If you ever remake your original bandanas in that nice material, I am down to buy a few, cause mine's a little threadbaring me.
Honestly, like, send me an email about it. We'll see if we can't get Christina to make us some bandanas in the original like colors that I used to use and stuff like that. So, I mean, they're probably not going to be exact, but they'll be a bit close. And then, like I said, we still have the screens for all the bandanas. But yeah, and I think I even have the old like small logo screens, but I started printing them larger over time as well. So yeah, and then the smaller ones became the studio logo, which of course, that all went to shit. So yeah.
Christopher Allen Patreon. I think I still have the first run of the Barfleet logo ones.
Nice. Yeah. No, I think I still have that screen too, or maybe I gave them that screen. I might have given them that screen. So again, bandanas are kind of a thing, where I'm like, whatever. I like them, but
Apotheosis underscore sin underscore Jones. Make the logo bigger.
hey man, yeah, you know, gotta bring that song up. Actually, I can't bring that song up. Thank you, YouTube. YouTube.
Christopher Allen Patreon. Well, happy holidays, sir. I got to get back to work. Wishing you the best.
All right,
You ever
man.
make it back to the States and anywhere near Colorado, you know you have a place to crash.
The same goes for you. If you ever want to come to Italy, man, like you and Kayla can come out here and crash. You know, I don't even have to be here. I'll just get you keys to my place, and you can just stay at my place. All right. So, we'll talk to you in a bit.
Christopher Allen Patreon. Will be out in political in like 2 years, so I was thinking of visiting Italy. Christopher Allen Patreon.
Yeah.
Portugal.
Yeah, no worries, man. Like I said, come on out. We'll get this all figured out.
DMM. Yeah, a kid from Rootstown, a place famous for what you and the lead singer of Tool. I wear your bandanas and when I fit, the you like out. And kids just shout, Mommy a pirate. I grew up Brady's Cafe was my living room from my late teens though my 20s. DMM. You did good.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, kid from Rootstown. Well, Ravenna and Rootstown. And actually Kent. You know, we traveled around quite a bit. But I went to Kent State University, so I knew Brady's. Actually, a picture that I drew in my art classes was a picture of it was a picture of Brady's Cafe, but like all of the people that were drawing, sitting down with their like their easel, like little handheld easel thingies. What are they called? Drawing pads. I don't know. Whatever. Exactly. And they were. So the fun part about it was that it was just sort of. We were supposed to just draw that scene there, but like I started getting very bored in my art class just drawing things over and over again. So I would do the job, I would do the thing, but then I would add things to it. So by the end of that one, it had converted into this, like all of the other students were like these Cthulhu-like creatures. And then like the Brady's Cafe and everything was like this very like spiky, almost like hellscape sort of thing, you know. It was very disturbing apparently, but I got a very good grade on it, which may or may not have just been because the teacher was afraid of me. So, who knows? But I do really appreciate it. It means a lot to hear that. You know, you do your thing. You know, you try to be yeah. It's just nice. Thank you. Growing up in all those towns, you think, you know, it's pretty terrible. I don't know what I'm doing, and everybody seems to hate you. And then you get out, you know. And really, when I went to college, I think that's when everything started to turn around, you know. And I was like, wow, you know.
DMM. I hosted open mic nights from 1995 till it closed. You had to have run into Robert Wood. F you Bob. And
Yeah.
also Heather Hump was around.
Yep.
You try to be you. And it was a good place to find yourself.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah. No, I knew Fuck You Bob. Yeah, he was he was the thing. He was the thing. Man, there were all kinds of stories about that guy. When I was growing up, we used to he was just like this myth, in a lot of ways. But yeah, no, he was a thing. Man, oh man, Bob, I'd forgotten all about him. He actually lived by my aunt and uncle, and my cousins, in Kent. God, they lived on what was the road? Franklin, I think. Yeah, they lived up in Franklin, so on Hall, I think. Yeah, on the corner of Franklin and Hall. Is that right? I don't know. Something like that. Kent was an interesting thing for a weird kid growing up. Like the reality of it is that I didn't fit in anywhere, and then I graduated high school and started traveling more away from Ravenna and Rootstown area that I was in, and like people just started to really respond well to me, and that was sort of a weird place to be. Like I'd lived my life for so long being such a leper to everyone that like the idea that like here I was now being positively perceived by people was very cool, and very could have been very bad too. You grow up going, hey, I'm special. Ooh. I don't want to do all of it. I just want these two layers. There we go. All right.
Draco Shed. Hello, Nigel.
Hey, man. How's it going? Duplicate group.
Draco Shed. I'm doing okay.
That's good, man. It's good. All right. Working on the last card.
Draco Shed. How are you?
I'm surviving. For the most part, I guess. I don't know. Trying to navigate the world in the place where I'm at, so, good and bad, I guess. I don't know.
Draco Shed. I understand.
Yeah. Alright. Almost done, guys. Just gonna move this guy down into the center, move the ones over, and basically, well, no, not entirely done. I do still have to do the other Psylocke, which again, part of me wants to just do one Psylocke. but I'm up in the air about it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Let's do this. And I'm going to take this one, which, yeah, we can just do one of them. Let's see, layer via copy. And then let's take this up to triangles copy. All right. Now let's move it over. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. La 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 la. All right. How do we order? Get that little fucker in there. Like so. And then I'm going to duplicate that layer. Alright, I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. Do that for mostly just aesthetic purposes because the angles that are going off of it, you know. There we go. And there we are. So that is the triangles. Alright, so let's take a look at our Cylops and also the rest of the cards. Let's go ahead and see what the rest of the cards look like all together. No, that's not what I want. I want these ones. So this is all of the cards, all laid out, doing its job, you know. So, oh, actually I'm not done. I have to do the triangles on these guys. So that's a little bit of a thing, but hopefully it won't take too long.
DMM. Looks good. So, your next trick is a tarot deck, right?
You know, I keep on getting asked to do a tarot deck, and I keep on resisting the urge to do a tarot deck, but I'm up in the air. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't, you know? I'm just going to save this real quick. Just because, you know, reasons. So these guys are going to have to go in here. Alright, let's give it a stroke. You know, see the thing is with the tarot deck, I have considered it. You know, I've tried giving it a go. We'll see whether or not it works out. But like, it's just so much work, you know. Okay. Let's say okay on that. Now, let's see about making this little fucker a little larger. And just go with the up tools. What do we got here? Like 25%. That works. Alright, so now, with that stroker on the outside of it, basically what we've done is we've allowed ourselves to place this in a paradigm. that is, select, I'd rather rasterize layer. There you go. Rasterize layer. Okay, so now I can go in with this guy on this triangle, and I can kind of pull parts of it out, you know. Like I'm not looking to overlap this guy that much, because it doesn't really affect the whole situation, you know. I probably should turn up the fucking eraser. I turned it down to 1. Turned it down to 1. Which is not a great eraser sign. So.
DMM. I think the trick for you in doing a tarot deck is worth fandom. Or multiple. You could combine Firefly Trek and Star Wars into one or do each separately.
Yeah. Again, when you start getting into like the merchandising aspect of things, it becomes a little bit more problematic. You know? Because you're like, okay, well, you know, I don't have a problem with this, but you know, I don't mind doing the work. But yeah, sorry, we're gonna get rid of this entirely, and that as well. Now, let's go back a little bit. Let's do more on this triangle real quick. And let's get rid of some of this.
DMM. It's an assload of work.
Oh, it is. It's like 70 fucking 6 cards or some shit like that. It's like, it's just so much work. I mean, this I'm doing because I got a wild hair up my ass and kind of threw it all together on like an afternoon, pretty much. And so, you know, I've spent the last week working on it, but you know, it's sort of a labor of love, I guess, in a lot of ways. I really like the game of Sabaac. I think it's very cool.
DMM 78.
78. Oh, Jesus. That's even worse, see? You're not selling this, man. Alright. Let's go back to this. Alright, we'll do this. No, that. And let's see if we can kind of add in.
DMM. This is how you burn an afternoon. I am such a picker.
Yeah? You burn an afternoon by watching me draw a Sabaac deck, huh? That is not the right brush for this. So the other thing I'm working on right now is I'm working on some Star Wars characters for why are we still pretending like this is a paintbrush? It's not a paintbrush. Ooh, that's why. We need just a brush. Ah! Oh, that would be why. Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited about all this stuff though.
DMM. I get to watch an artist create something incredible. Not the worst way I have spent a day.
Well, thank you very much. You're exactly what my ego needed today. I appreciate you. Yeah, no, and I'm really excited. I do really want to get out and do the Con on the Cob stuff. I think that the Con on the Cob and, well, you know, the various bits, as it were. Alright, so nothing changed there or there. Alright, so let's... Okay. Let us select the teams. No, just this one. Really, it's just this and this that need to change. So we get rid of those. Select. And we're going to copy this and this. Duplicate that. Clear via copy. And
DMM. My dude, how I appreciate you. Your art has been an integral part of my style for at least a decade.
Really? That is amazing. That is very cool. And really, again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate the compliments. They are, you know, this time of year, man, you know, things suck, you know. Like there's no sun, there's nowhere to go, you know, that kind of thing. And then, you know, pop it off with, you know, like newly being not, you know, not part of a unit, you know, and that makes it a little bit more. Still takes some time to get used to. Duplicate layer. As a cop. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Pre-transform. 180 degrees. I'm just gonna bring this fucker down here. I'm gonna pop them in. It's very fun. Alright. Duplicate that triangle again. We'll bring the triangle down here. And let's see what we can get going on with a stroke on this. See if it will fix the problem. Edit, re-transform.
DMM. You may be out there geographically, but know you are still legend in the Ohio arts.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Hey, and you know what? It proof positive. You can get out. You know? It is possible. Let that be, you know, let the lesson of Nigel and his escape from the world of Ohio reign supreme. Alright, that looks good. Alright, so there's that. triangles. Gotta do the triangles here as well. Yeah. It's all very fun to like remember, you know? All of it. Like there were just so many weird, I wouldn't give it up for the world. Like the fact that like I got to exist in the time that I did, you know, it's just cool. It's just very cool. I'm not sure how to help people with it, but I feel like there's a lot to be said for growing up in those areas. You know what I mean? They're just sort of a kind of a beautiful hellhole. And it's like, you know, people from Ohio, was it the adage that they're not born, they're forged. And those of us that get out, you know, right. Oh, man. Yep, I think that's a better design element. Let's go down here. And let's edit. Yeah. Transform. Alright. Take this guy out. There. There we go. Alright, there we are. Give those the, because again, this guy here was the design element for it was angular, you know. We want to kind of, want to just sort of drive that home, you know. It's angles. It's all angles. You know, I like that too because it looks like it's like stabbing into. Again, there's so much that goes into the designs in themselves. this up to Maz.
DM. I love the one with the face of Maz Katana.
Yeah, Maz is the one. Yeah, this again. What I thought is, and then also Hondo. Hondo is like one of my favorite characters too. So Hondo and Naka and Maz Katana, so the king and the queen. You know, and then the you know Imperial / Republic bunny symbol, and then this is the credit symbol, and then you know, I love it. Again, just kind of trying to drive them home. There are little things that I'm doing where I'm gonna try to introduce, so like the you know, I want to put little things in place, you know, like the circles for this is the Queen of Two Suns. Okay, is basically what it's going to be, like that. And then this one, I think is going to be the horn, you know, like the Pirate of Horn, or the King of Horns, you know, like that kind of thing. And then like
DM. Oh, the Hondo one is great too.
Yeah, no, I love Hondo. He's definitely one of my favorite characters, like of all time. Let's get rid of this circle. I'm not doing this thing. It's just so much work. Alright. And now, we get back in here. And we go whoop. Whoop.
DM. So, next trick is where do you work in Cad Bay?
So yeah, so the idea behind this is that if they go over really well, I've specifically introduced a few styles here. I might introduce a, you know, like another one, which will be things like a Scoundrels deck, or an Imperial deck, or a Republic deck, or you know, like those kinds of things. One of which, of course, is like the King and Queen here will probably stay the same for like a Scoundrels deck, and then I would do like maybe Hondo and or not Hondo, but like Cad Bane and maybe Boba Fett as the other two. So there would be little things that would change, you know, not a huge amount. Like there would be a couple of cards that would change, and maybe the colorization would change for each of the different decks as well. But like the Imperial deck would be, you know, all very angular, so those ones would change quite a bit, you know. But it would just be the circles. The circles would change. And then we would make, you know, we would probably lean back in on like a Vader and the Emperor, you know, as the 9 and 10, you know, and then maybe the uh, yeah, I'm up in the air about it, you know. So the Republic version of it would be like, you know, probably Luke and Leia, you know, as a note, or Han and Leia. I'm not sure, you know. I mean, if we did the Republic one, it probably would fall into this idea that all 4 of those cards would go to be, you know, Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie, and then the droids would make up the the feeling of the backgrounds of like a couple of them. So like somehow work like a C-3PO type eyes for the circles probably, and then like an R2-D2 would be kind of, you know, built into the squares probably, you know, and then like probably a BB-8 for the lower one, you know. But if I did that, do I lean heavily into the Republic? I'm not sure. Again, there's a lot of questions that I have for myself on how it's all going to go together, but I do have ideas, and I think that it's going to work out pretty well. Alright, let me do this triangle here, and let's rasterize this guy. Rasterize layer stone. Because I do want to get rid of that, because I feel like we don't need to worry as much about those things. So, but now we can take that guy and retransform, like people get later on.
DMM. Sounds awesome, but it sounds like you're designing 3 decks at least.
Well, I'm throwing it out there as a possibility after this has all been established. I'm not really interested in doing it unless it's going over very well. You know what I mean? So, you know, if people are digging it, then I'm good. I love it. It's fantastic. Make it happen. You know. But if I'm not loving it, well, you know, that's fine too. What was that ellipse? The ellipse is it was a dark circle. Edit. Erase. Okay. Alright. Go back to here. Bring this guy like that. Here. Yeah. Go here. To there. To there. Alright. And I'll fill in this guy. Okay, that is triangles started. Well, let's pull another triangle from over here. I think that maybe on this, rather than busting my ass on it, let's just take this section and this section out of the equation. Two of them. Excellent. There we go. That should be fine, right? Yeah, why not? And then we have the handle. It's not gonna take much at all. What is it? Oh, it's like 9:30. Not so much a problem, just sort of a thing. All right. Now, with that being what it is, let's go ahead and make this guy. Let's merge the photos, because we're gonna need to do some drawing on this one. All right. Okay. All right, let's do this now. Let's do our selections. Oh, oops. Oh, one more thing. Copy. Edit. Pre-transform. First thing is first. Let's move it over to here. Come back there. Okay. And then we'll come here. Come back in. And get rid of that. Alright. Alright.
DMM. Yeah, the computer is not going to appropriately translate how I just squeak at it. It's so cool. How so you not put the Hondo on a pirate head scarf?
I know, everybody wants that, but god damn, it's just gonna be so difficult. Alright, here we go. Okay, so let's merge those. Now there may be some stuff that I'm going to come in and do some like weird little cleanup work, but really what I want is I want to have all the triangles having triangles. I want to have all of the squares having the squares and circles having the circles. So it kind of drives everything home and sort of makes it all cool. Yes. Alright, so that being said, then we come back over to these guys, and I think I still like the back of the card. The only problem I'm having with the Sabaac is the design I made makes an S. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see what I can do.
DMM. Dear gods and goddesses, I hope you are hitting Control S every 15 seconds.
No, I live on the edge, but I'll do that right now. There. It's so bad. Alright, so if I take these two and I just mirror them, do I want to do let's take a look at this. What I want, I think I do like this. I think I might like this idea. Maybe I'll do this one like that, and then I'll do the other one with it kind of going the other direction. It does make the nut balance out. see there. Right, edit. Put horizontal. Let's take a look. Yeah. Look at this. Let's see what we can do about this. So let's get rid of this guy. This guy up. Do what it's supposed to do. Okay. Get rid of all of this then we have sort of a new design. So
DMM. I hope your fan is keeping up.
my fan? If you're talking about the machine, yeah, this machine is a beast. It's ridiculous, honestly. It makes no sense as to why it's so. Like, I mean, it's out of control powerful. So. Yeah, I think I like that. Alright, maybe I'll just use that for both of them. Or, alternatively, I take all of the bullshit that's here. Look at this. Center. Okay. Keep this layer. Alright, now I think we're almost finished. These are two very
DMM. I have seen the Sabaac decks from Disney. They are not half as good.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, so honestly, to be fair, I love the Sabaac ducks from Disney. They're both well, yeah, both of them. I have both, and they're both very cool. Like they're very well designed, very interesting sort of things. I like them because they are, there are things, design elements that I would have changed, But mostly, no, I don't think I would. It's pretty cool. Like there's a whole thing with it's the little like the guy. Oh, I mean, I have them. Do I have them? I have them right here. Here they are. Sorry, I've been arranging everything quite a bit. So, but yeah, like these are the original Sabaac cards and stuff like that. But they've got this this kind of weird bird thing on the back. That's about the only design element that I'm not a huge fan of, but like I don't really mind, I mean, the cards themselves are well designed. They look like that were what was in the movies and stuff like that, which is also very cool, and it's a traditional deck. One of the things I'd like to see them do is release the traditional deck, but without the bird stamp on the back of it, or honestly introduce other ones that have different ones. The reason why I put the stamp on there is so that it was different and Disney related. So, but other than that, it's not really a thing. One of the things we want to do at places like Gen Con here in the future is to have Sabaac tournaments, and we're going to try to get some people to like help us out with like making coins and like have it be like this thing where you like collect like crazy currency at the different events that are going on, and like it's like a living. It'll be like the living D&D games that are out there, where like you keep on building on your pot, and you can buy more as time goes on to get into the sort of thing. But like it's all about like giving this impression of like a true poker, like outer rim poker kind of thing, but where like you bring to the table what you bring to the table. If you're one of the high rollers, you're one of the high rollers. It's kind of a cool idea, I think. But guys, I think this right here is where we're at. I like the designs so far. I might do some extra stuff with it. I might not. But for right now, I think I'm done for tonight, actually. Oddly enough. Only had, let's see, where are we at here? Is there a place where it tells me how long I've been on here? I feel like there is. There was a place that told me when I was on here. How long? 40. Status bar? That's what it was. Yeah, so like 2.5 hours. Okay, that's not bad. But you guys were awesome. I loved the conversation, and I tried. Like I said, I will be back on somewhat soon. I mean, I have to finish getting my house ready for guests, but if I finish that early, I might get back on sometime tonight. So, you know, keep an eye out. And if I do come back on tonight, what I'm going to be working on is putting together the color palettes for it and whatnot. I'll be doing probably just a couple of cards in order to like give an idea of like what the color palette's going to be like, maybe 3, like a, you know, and then I will spend the time doing all the back end shit that I need to do, and then we'll come back and we'll just sort of lay everything out and do it. Because one of the things I want it to be is I want it to feel very much the same sort of complexity as the Star Wars cards that exist already. I want them to fit within that confine pretty well, you know. And we'll bring up both decks, you know, because there's 2 decks. There's the Coruscant Shift deck, and then there's the standard Sabaac deck. I honestly don't think it had a name, but one of the things that's going to happen though, just so that everybody's aware, is that when this is done, this will be going up as a Kickstarter. Okay, so you know, stay tuned. Let's see how things go, but I'm excited for it. I think that it could be really cool to have, you know, a new Sabaac deck essentially. Around, you know, and yeah, we'll be putting it up on Kickstarter. There will be probably stretch goals for some of the stuff that is going on with it. The stretch goals that we're looking at are things like ooh, brain's not working. They're man, yeah, the stretch goals that we are talking about are things like maybe like back in the day when they first put out Sabaac, they put out like it was almost like a tarot deck. Like there was major arcana and minor arcana and stuff like that. And I might do something like that where you add in like an additional like 12 cards or something like that to up the possession of it, and then still keep it as this trinary thing, you know, as opposed to this quaternary thing that like regular tarot decks are. So it'd be like a Star Wars tarot deck. And I feel like the major and minor arcana, I'm gonna like focus in on adding those force elements into it, you know, where maybe I even do add a sabers, you know, or something like that. You know, as a thing. I'm not sure. It really depends on whether or not any of that is doable, you know. But like adding those in as like stretch goals could be an interesting thing to you know, add to the decks. You know. Basically, there'll be the card box. I think is going to have enough extra room in it so that it could fit the additional cards, but we'll have the additional cards as like a blister pack that you'll be able to buy to add on to the base deck, and then just make sure that the card deck has enough room in there. You might have to take the rules out or something, but you know, by that time you should know the rules. But probably not even that. So you can probably come up with your own set of rules. Alright, anyways, I'm just talking to myself about this at this point in time. But guys, it has been an absolute pleasure, and I will talk to you all soon.